This is brass sample, and we are preparing the brass solution from this brass sample. About 0.05 milligrams of brass sample is taken in a conical flask. Add 1:1 nitric acid, dissolve the brass sample, then add 1 gram of urea and 1 test tube of water. Remove the excess nitric acid, heat, cool, and then this brass solution is obtained. Take this brass solution, take 10 cm cube of the prepared brass solution in a conical flask. Then to this we need to add ammonium hydroxide dropwise. Ammonium hydroxide is added in dropwise until we get a dark blue cupra ammonium complex. The specific volume of ammonium hydroxide is not added, it is added in dropwise to get a dark blue cupra ammonium sulfate complex. Now here the ammonia is added to neutralize the excess nitric acid, and this complex is dissolved by adding acetic acid. After the addition of acetic acid, again we get a pale blue color solution. Now to this solution about 10% 10 cm cube of potassium iodide is added. After the addition of potassium iodide, we should get a dark yellow color solution. If you are not getting dark yellow color solution, we have to discard this solution. The dark yellow color indicates the high concentration of iodine in the solution. Now immediately this solution is titrated with sodium thiosulfate solution. It is a standard solution, and this sodium thiosulfate solution is taken in the burette. Sodium thiosulfate solution kept in this brown color bottle is filled into the burette. You need not to prepare this standard solution. Already we are providing you the standard solution. You have to fill into the burette. Adjust to 0 volume. Now this sodium thiosulfate solution should be added to the yellow color solution formed in the conical flask until you get a pale yellow. So indicator is not added in the beginning, it is added towards the end point. So when you are getting a pale yellow color solution, that time you have to add the starch indicator. So at this stage, the dark color solution, when it changes to pale yellow, starch indicator about a small 1 test tube is added to conical flask, and where we are getting the pale yellow color. From dark yellow, the solution has changed to pale yellow. Now we are getting a brown color solution. Now again it is titrated with sodium thiosulfate solution. Continue the titration with the sodium thiosulfate until you get a cream white color, which is the end point of the titration, and mix the solution for 1 minute. If you are not getting back the blue color solution again, then the end point has reached. So this color, cream white color, is the end point of the titration. Note down the volume of sodium thiosulfate for getting this cream white, not the pale yellow color, but getting the white color. Now the volume is about 7.1 cm cube. So initial reading is 0.0, the final reading is 7.1. So the difference in volume is 7.1 cm cube of sodium thiosulfate. So now therefore the normality of sodium thiosulfate given, it is 0.054 normal, and the volume of sodium thiosulfate is, now calculations, the volume of sodium thiosulfate is 7.1 cm cube. Normality of sodium thiosulfate is 0.054 normal. Now 1000 cm cube of 1 normal sodium thiosulfate contains 63.54 grams of copper. Therefore 7.1 cm cube of 0.054 normal sodium thiosulfate contains how much? 63.54 into volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed 7.1 into the strength of sodium thiosulfate 0.054 divided by 1000. So that gives 0.024 grams of copper. And the weight of brass we have taken for preparing the brass solution is 0.045 grams. Therefore 0.045 grams of brass contains 0.024 grams of copper. Therefore the percentage of copper in the given brass is 0.024 into 100 divided by 0.045, that gives 54.13. that is the percentage of copper present in the given brass sample.